Hello, everybody, and welcome to Starting Small Music. I'm Justin McCormick, and you're about to hear a conversation with an artist, musician, and music industry professional on their journey and how they got to where they are today. At Starting Small, we like to take you on a journey uncovering the untold stories of your favorite songs and artists. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Just keep a smile on your face and it'll be okay. Try not to be bitter, you gotta do it either way. Keep a smile on your face and it'll be okay. So when life throws a jab, you gotta duck out of the way.
How you doing today, Arjun?
Doing good, man. How about yourself? Hope you're good.
I'm doing good, man. So getting right into your story, I'd like to get back right to your childhood. Where did you grow up, and what was your childhood like?
Grew up in LA, bro. I grew up in the Valley here in LA.
Very cool.
It was good, man. I just went to school, all that stuff. I went to like Heart of the Valley Christian School when I was little, and then went to like charter middle school, and then graduated high school from El Camino, and now I'm at Pierce College right now.
Gotcha. Cool. Now, did
Yeah.
you grow up in a musical family at all, or is that something you kind of just fell into?
Um, I mean, kind of, yeah. My pops is really into music, and he played in a band when he was like in college and stuff, so he knows guitar, drums, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I for sure picked up a lot of music from him, and have his taste in music and rock and stuff like that. So yeah, man.
Were those some of the first records you remember listening to? Is kind of consuming those rock records of your dad?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. It was definitely rock that I was introduced to when I was younger. Guns N' Roses, Metallica, AC/DC, all of those. So.
Yeah, for sure. Now, are those some of the artists you like would say like kind of got you into music, or were you kind of listening to rap is when you like really got your grasp into music?
Yeah, for sure when it comes to rap, but I was always inspired by rock, but it wasn't the reason why I started music production. It was always because of rap,
Yeah.
and R&B. So, yeah.
Now, when did you start actually making beats, or like even like getting the interest of it? Like, were you even old enough to buy yourself a laptop, or did you have to go and be like,
Yeah,
"Mama"?
man. So, yeah, yeah. So actually what happened was yeah, so I got a job when I was like 16 at Target, and I saved up just enough money to buy like this $300 laptop and this like Anchor speaker, this like $30 Anchor speaker.
Yeah.
That's what I started off on. Literally just that, and like free FL Studio trial. And that's what I started off on, and now I got like a full on setup just from investing that, whatever $300 in myself from Target.
What was it like having to learn on FL Studio? I feel like so many people in this day and age are just jump into GarageBand, to get their feet wet.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the thing is with FL Studio, I feel like newer producers have it a lot easier than it was a while ago, because now there's all these YouTube videos and all
Yeah,
these different ways where you can actually learn everything that you want. So I definitely just learned off of YouTube. That's it.
for sure. Now, like your first beats you were making, what do you say they kind of sound like? Like, what artists like would you have said like those songs would have been good for at that time?
Oh, I when I started out, actually my biggest inspiration for music is Nav. So
Yeah,
I was making a lot of like Nav type beats and stuff like that when I was like starting out, just like my whole sound was just very ambient pads and like some hard hitting drums and stuff like that. Even when I sucked, like back in the day when I first started out.
yeah.
It was definitely a lot of Nav vibes for sure.
Do you think those like hard hitting drums came from your rock influences as a kid?
For sure, man. Yeah. Just a lot of the bounces and just like kind of knowing what sound seeds and stuff like that for sure came from rap. I
Have
mean
you ever?
from rock.
Yeah. Have you ever had any opportunities to work on any rock projects yet, or are you just focusing on your rap?
I don't really make rock music. It's just something I listen to.
I
So
got you.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Now, when did you start actually like thinking like this is something I want to do like professionally? Like I'm actually pretty good at this.
Um, I think like a month or two in to producing,
Really?
like literally a month or two in. I just like I don't know, man. I have like this belief in myself compared to like I don't know if this is gonna work out. So I was just like, you know what? If I'm gonna do this, like I'm gonna do this. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I was for sure like I really just want to learn everything first before I even. That's one thing that I did is before I even sent other people my music and worked on reached out with other producers. I made sure that my music was like quality.
Yeah.
Because the worst thing is like when you start out and you're just starting out and your music obviously isn't that good because you're just learning and stuff like that. And then you start reaching out to bigger producers and wanting to work with people. When you send them a crappy pack, man, they'll remember that even when you become like as good as you become. They're like, oh, that's the kid that sent me that really shitty pack back in the day, you know? So it's for sure getting good at your craft before you start sharing it with people.
For sure. Who are some of those first like producers that you were sending tracks to that you feel like took a chance on you, like when you were first sending stuff?
Um, let's see. I'm trying to think. Um, honestly, at the time, I was mostly making beats. I didn't really make that many loops. Now I make beats and loops.
Yeah.
But when it comes to beats, at least, it was the first person that ever let me send beats is Fritz, who's Playboy Cardi's engineer.
Okay, cool.
So he was like the first person in like this industry that like actually like believed in my music. So I had been even like a couple months into my music when my stuff wasn't even that good. He let me send stuff and place my stuff and yeah.
And would he
But
give
he
you
was
like
for sure the
constructive
first person.
feedback, like on the?
Yeah, he would always give me feedback. He would always go live and say, oh, Arjun's one of my favorite producers and this and that. Like now Fritz is like a huge engineer and like he's doing really good for himself. So I'm really proud of him. But
Yeah.
yeah, he was for sure like the first person that gave me a chance.
Now, do you ever write anything on the lyrical side of things, or you mostly just stick to the track?
Just the track, man. That's what I do.
Do you ever like
That's where
just
my strong side is.
do you come in with a title? Like, do you ever like name like your track and then like the writer will like go off of that name, or do you kind of just send them the track and they have full like just whatever they want to do with it?
Exactly. That's what I do. Just send them the track and give them free all the creativity.
Do you guys ever do it like in a room, like where the writers and you are in the room and you're doing the beat kind of on the spot?
I haven't actually done that. It's mostly just like, for example, when me and Mosey work, Lil Mosey, whenever
Yeah.
we work, sometimes I'll make the beat or sometimes I'll just send him the beats, It kind of depends. Sometimes he'll just have me play beats. So it kind of just depends on the vibe. Most of the time I'll just end up playing stuff because like when he's there to like work. So
Yeah.
he's there just to record as many songs and stuff like that. So
That's what I wanted to ask you too. How did you ended up linking up with Lil Mosey?
well, actually, I had randomly like DM like one of his like someone that was close to him,
Mhm.
just like from his story, and then he had and I asked him if I could send beats, and he said, yeah, for sure, man, send some beats, and then I sent him the beats, and he played Mosey like one of my beats, and he was like, bro, this is hard as fuck, and he like used it right away, first beat that he played, and then Mosey had he DM'd me after that and wanted to work.
How did that feel? Like that first like big DM from like a big artist, like saying like, "Yo, I'm gonna put this out."
It was cool. It was cool for sure. I remember I was on FaceTime with my friend Speckany when Mosey DM'd me. I was like, oh shit, Mosey DM'd me. I was like, all right, let's check it out. Let's see what he says. It
I
was pretty
really,
cool.
I really like. So when I was doing research for this pod, like I was on your Instagram, and I really like just how like level headed you are. Like you made some posts about your top favorite producers for Lil Mosey, and like you had yourself like at the bottom of like a list of incredible producers. Like,
Yeah.
how with success do you keep just like the head like just moving forward and not just like settle for like anything, just keeping going?
Bro, the way I see it is the way I see it is just like if the song doesn't release or like if the song doesn't release, like you can get as many cuts and as many artists to record on your stuff, but if it doesn't release, it doesn't mean anything to me. So that's really what I learned. I remember I used to get so excited, like, oh shit, this guy recorded on my beat, this guy. I would get so excited when I was like first starting out. But now if someone records on my beat, I was like, it doesn't really matter until it comes out. So that's really one thing that kind of drives me is to get as many cuts and as many people on my beats as possible, and just because at the end of the day, afterwards, um it's not really my say what songs release. So
Yeah.
as the key is just to make as much music as possible and just to keep going, man. Like never settle.
For sure. Now, I mean, me being a country artist, it's been cool in the past like couple of years, like with a couple like rap and country crossovers, and the biggest one being last year, Lil Durk and Morgan Wallen doing a song called Broadway Girls. I don't know if you heard it, but
No, I don't think I have, but I'll check it out for sure.
how do you feel about just like the genres like that, like clashing and being able to come together?
Awesome, man. I love it. Because I feel like a lot of times genres, especially like rap, like it'll get stale and you'll be making the same music over and over again to the point like if you've heard one like trap song or one rap song, you've basically heard all of them. Like there's not a lot of creativity. So when you mash genres, it really brings out the creativity of like both genres and both sides and just makes like incredible records.
For sure. And I mean, you talking about like hearing like the same rap song like the same time. That's why I really appreciated like King Von's music, and like he was taken from us way too soon because I feel like he like really put out a fresh sound into rap that I hadn't seen in a minute.
For sure, man, for sure. There's a lot of artists nowadays that are doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but for sure, King Von had huge influence on what rap is right now.
Now, one of my favorite tracks that you put out is a DDG's Elon Musk. Take me through the creative process when you're making the beat for that.
Oh, I didn't do Elon Musk. I did Whiskey Freestyle.
Okay, Whiskey Freestyle. My bad.
Yeah. No, all good. Yeah, Whiskey Freestyle. That was a fun record. I actually did a beat breakdown with my friends Trey and Aaron on that. So we broke down the beat and we showed everyone how we made it. But yeah, that was a really fun record. I was working with Trey, who's DDG's producer, and like he's a really close friend of mine too. So I just had tapped in with him and I was sending him loops and FLPs and stuff like that. And he just hit me one day. He's like, "Yo, send me some DDG's in like this space phase right now." So I was like, "Bro, I have this perfect loop that I made like last year that had I sampled Neil Armstrong and all that stuff, and I made the loop with Aaron." So I was
Right.
like, "Bro, if you want space, like you can't get more space than Neil Armstrong." So
Yeah.
I had sent it literally the next day. DDG recorded on it, and like 3 days later, the song released. So it was pretty cool.
Geez, I mean, DDG is huge. I'm sure that had to be like sick when like that came out for you.
For sure, because like that was the first time I heard the record, so I was like, "Yo, that shit is fire." Because I'm glad like DDG killed it too, and even the guy who did the music video, I don't really remember his name, but he killed the music video, and he saw like our um our vision when it came to like the Neil Armstrong intro and added Neil Armstrong TV and stuff like that. So he really saw what we as producers were trying to show people, and they put the music video together like perfectly. So
For sure.
awesome.
Another difference coming from the country world is like we might have one, two producers on a song. In rap, there could be like 5, 7, 10 producers. What do you think the reasoning is for that? Is like one person doing the beat, one's doing this, or like what's the reasoning behind that?
Honestly, man, I feel it's definitely a collaborative process, but honestly, I feel like the reason why people have this many people on loops is for sure to get more of a chance to get placements because you'll have all of those people on the loop sending it out.
That's true.
Even though that's for sure a factor, it's always really fun making music with other producers. So at the end of the day, like as long as everyone is cool in the business and understands the splits and stuff like that, like I don't care how many producers are on it. That just makes the record better
For
because
sure.
everyone has input and everyone, a lot of different heads producing on one track. It's like makes the record better in my opinion.
For sure. Do you have any projects coming out soon that you're excited about? Anything with Lil Mosey or anyone else?
Yeah, for sure. Me and Mosey got a lot of more stuff coming out. He's gonna drop the album soon, maybe I think like next year, early next year, something like that.
Oh,
And then I got two songs on Rich Homie Quan's album coming up. One is with Young Blue, so Rich Homie Quan, Young Blue, and then another song called Dangerous.
oh, cool.
And then I have one on Realist K. He's an R&B artist. I have one on his album too. So I'm pretty excited for some of the records coming out.
That's dope. Now,
Yeah.
who would you say your top three in the game are right now, like putting out music?
Um, what genre? Because I have
Just
different
rap,
artists.
yeah.
For rap, it'll probably Nav is my favorite artist, so for sure Nav.
No?
Nav, I'm gonna say, um, Tory Lanez,
Yeah.
also one of my favorite artists. Really fun guy to work with too. And then I say probably Gunna. I'm
Gonna.
probably Gunna's
Okay.
fire. Yeah.
Now you seem like I said, a really driven guy. What would you say your like 5, 10 year plan is like goals wise for music?
100% just to keep stacking up the placements, man. I feel like that's the most important thing because at the end of the day, that's all you could really do as a producer. The numbers and stuff we have no control over, so there's no point worrying about that stuff. That's up to the fans and up to how the song does. So I'd really just say just like focusing on what you can control. So just getting as many placements as possible, working with as many talented artists as possible, working with as many talented producers as possible, and just making some hits. That's like really my goals.
For sure. Now I like to close my interviews by asking, what's a piece of advice that you've learned on your journey in music, and someone that would want to be like a rap or a producer in the current rap like game?
Um, Wait, you're talking about producers, right?
Yeah, a producer.
For sure. Like I said before, is to have quality music before you send it out to people, before
Yeah.
you work with people, because like I said, I'd rather someone take their time, spend time, perfect their craft, have their own sound, and then send me stuff compared to just like right off the bat just wanting to get success and just start sending to people, you know? Because at the end of the day, it's all about the music, you know? If the music isn't good, it doesn't matter who you work
For
with.
sure.
They're not, yeah. So that's for sure what I'd say.
Well, Arjun, I think that's some great advice, and thank you again so much for coming on the show.
For sure, man. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate you, man.
Awesome, man. I'm gonna stop the recording on here. And where are you in LA, man? Are you still in the Valley?
Yeah, I'm in Woodland Hills right now. Yeah.
Cool. I just moved to Santa Monica.
Oh, shit.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure to subscribe and leave a comment, and check out my music on all streaming platforms at Justin McCormick. See you guys next time.